These are the family literacy gift books this year. And it's called The Good Fire Helmet, written by a 9/11 firefighter. And he's a dad of 2 boys, and he died in fighting the horrible things that happened and the fires and the crashes of the towers. And one of his firefighting buddies wrote this story about his family. And this is all pretty pertinent right now with everything that's going on in the world. But the illustrator of this book, which is a very touching, beautiful story, the illustrator, Mrs. Lori Eslick, is one of our special friends, and Lori was an Adopt-A-Reader volunteer for a whole year at one time. Now she's so busy making illustrations for beautiful books, and she is here with us tonight. Lori, stand up. She's going to be presenting the book. Wave at everyone. We all know that reading is the key, and these gorgeous diamond key necklaces came from California. And there we have silver and we have black, and you can take your choice. And Miss Nelson and Mrs. Schmidt are going to be up here awarding these to our volunteers. So you can wear them proudly, and when your friends say, "Where did you get that gorgeous necklace?" you could say, "Well, at the McMillan Adopt-A-Reader program." And then maybe they'll want to be a member too of McMillan's Adopt-A-Reader. Then we also have Red Lobster gift certificates from Red Lobster. So they each get one of these and a necklace. How's that? Very cool. Now, there's a little special recognition I have to give, because we have 2 people that have been coming for 16 years, ever since the program started. And that's a long time. And they've come every single year, and they've had many, many students over those 16 years. So I thought their necklaces should be a little bit special. And I have 2 of them here. And their necklaces have a crown on there. What do you think? So anyway, I would like to have Mrs. Fran Sheeler, retired 3rd grade teacher from Central. Maybe some of you in the audience remember Mrs. Sheeler, and Mrs. Pat Peterson. So would you like to come up and get your necklace, because you've worked hard for it? We started a lot of people. In that first year, we had 88 volunteers, and there's 2 left. How about that? Okay, you may wear this proudly. And you could wear it to the royal wedding and feel just totally at home. There. Oh, and now for our 15-year people. Oh, you know what? I got to say who you're here with. Mrs. Pat Peterson with Damien England. Damien, come on up with your reader. And Mrs. Fran Sheeler with Christopher Verhoeven. Excellent. And bring a parent with you, and you can get your family literacy gift book and your book bag and your book from about the adventures of Grandpa and the red-tailed hawk. And away we go. Fantastic. Is Christopher here? Christopher, okay, you come. Oh, perfect. Very good. I thought I saw Dad earlier. Good deal. Very, very good. Super, and you can start right over there and go right on through. Excellent. Now, our 15-year volunteers. 15 is kind of a special number, 10 and 15. So we have 4 people that have been coming for 15 years. And they are, and you know, they're going to get their necklace and their gift certificate. And they're also going to get a little extra something from me, because 15 years is a long time. And that's kind of, you know, like 5, 10, 15. That's kind of a special. And this is a number 1, and it's a silver keychain, and it says, "You're number 1 with us, McMillan Elementary Adopt-A-Reader program." So they can put all their car keys on this, and when they're driving around town, they can look at this and know that we appreciate what they do. So we have Mrs. Phyllis Norris with Brianna Geikema and David Carr. You could all come up, and Brianna and David bring a parent with you for your gift books and your book bags. Mrs. Margie Sangster with Rose Myers Gould. Mrs. Barb Selleck with Allie Visker. Mrs. Ruth Ann Wickman with Alex Chipman, Dylan Chipman, and Megan Cook. Okay, very cool. 15 years, that's a long time to be coming. Yes, look at all these people. And even with our date change, I'm just thrilled with the number of people we have here. That's wonderful. Oh, I got to give this to you. This is for me. You betcha. And this, my dear. And who else is up there? Is Phyllis here? Margie, don't go, run off. Oh, you even get tinsel with yours. You're very welcome. And Phyllis, where's Phyllis? Is she here? Phyllis Norris. I'll pop this in and we'll hang on to it. Okay, those people have been coming for 15 years. We have one volunteer that has been coming for 14 years. Mrs. Jean Sedini with Debbie Creno. Jean, are you here, dear? Come on down with Debbie Creno. Thirteen-year volunteers are Mrs. Janet Berggren with Joshua Strait and Kylie Kanukin. Mrs. Marion Ward with Amik Singh. Mr. Wes Wheathoff with Caden Tufts. If you're here, please come right up on the stage. Come on through. Good deal. Twelve-year volunteers. We have one 12-year volunteer, Mrs. Marcia Johnson with Abigail Torres and Taylor Hammond. Marcia Johnson, I know you're here, coming from the, very good. Takes a while to get down. It's a big place. 11-year volunteers. One 11-year volunteer, Mrs. Carol Hoffman with Alex McCoy. Carol Hoffman and Alex. And there's no 10-year people. 10-year people get a special silver box, but we don't have any 10-year people this year. 9-year volunteers. Mrs. Pam Critchett with Lindsay Mura. Mr. Bob Gorel with Caleb Visker. Mrs. Carmen Harcourt with Carly Mura and Brianna Baker. Okay, come on down. I see Caleb coming around the corner there. Very good. All the way up through 9-year volunteers. 8-year volunteers. Mrs. Karen Booth with Zane Sosha, Corinne Gill, Carmen Gill, Trent King, and Corbin Singleton. Mrs. Karen Booth.